Chapter 46 The First Kill of Destiny, the Embodiment of a Mortal Godfiend. Teacher tilde. Seeing his teacher who had taught him for many years being devoured, Yi Chen roared hysterically. "Ah tilde you devil, I will kill you." Yi Chen had lost his mind at this time, and he was filled with resentment and had already been eroded by murderous intent. In the void, the devouring power around Feng Haoran has not dissipated, and now he is slowly falling to the ground like a demon in the abyss. Her white hair was fluttering slightly, and her scarlet eyes stared at Yi Chen. An ant dreams of rising up and still dares to talk about going against the will of heaven. Now, your self-confidence has been killed by me. Now, are you ready to die? Kill, kill, kill. I'm going to kill you. Yi Chen, who was already crazy, could not even listen to Feng Haoran's words. He just knew how to kill. Feng Haoran slowly raised his hand and turned his palm into claws. Buzz tilde who tilde. A suction force appeared and directly sucked Yi Chen in from the air. He grabbed his neck and raised it up, looking at Yi Chen's struggling appearance with a pair of scarlet eyes. Destined one, aren't you so good? I thought you would be my strongest playmate in this world, but it seems there is someone else. Feng Haoran looked disappointed, and then he strangled his neck with a strong force. Click tilde. Rustle. An immortal king was strangled to death by him, and his figure turned into stars and disappeared. Ding. Congratulations to the master for killing the first destined person, life fragment +1. Offering the immortal godfiend body to the master, the level is the same as the forbidden celestial body. After the great accomplishment, it can be reborn with blood and become immortal. Quote. After hearing about the system's rewards, Feng Haoran felt that they were all related to survival. System, how afraid are you that I will perish? First the life fragments, then the endless life pill, and now the immortal godfiend body. What? What do you mean? Do you think I am going to be an enemy of all the heavens and all realms? Ding. Hee hee. Master, if you don't have a life that defies the heavens, how can you have the strength to conquer the heavens? The appearance of Guzi is just to allow the master to step onto the supreme existence and overlook all living beings. Although what the system said was very vague, Feng Haoran could tell from it that his life would not be so easy. But since the system didn't tell him, he didn't bother to ask. After all, he was still young now. At his age, he should be carefree and do as he pleases. Ding. Master, can I fuse the immortal godfiend body? If you integrate this system, it won't conflict with my forbidden celestial body, right? Ding. Don't worry, Master, not only are there no conflicts between the two, but they complement each other. One is immune to the rules after great accomplishment, and the other is immortal, paving the way to invincibility for the Master. Quote. In that case, let's merge tilde. Buzz tilde. As soon as Feng Haoran finished speaking, two divine lights, black and white, erupted from his body. Then it soared into the sky, and then two terrifying figures appeared in the void. Rumble. The space seemed to be unable to bear such existence at all, causing violent turmoil. Just when the terrifying aura was about to disperse, a divine light covered it up. The two figures suddenly fell silent. One of them was filled with demonic energy, and their appearance could not be seen clearly, but they revealed a huge aura of destruction. And the other one has a hazy Taoist charm and a majestic figure, as if he can suppress all existence with just a few movements of his hands and feet. With their appearance, even this space collapsed. If it weren't for the system's cover, even the wild universe wouldn't be able to bear it. At this time, under the control of the system, the two suddenly turned into a stream of light and merged. Buzz tilde. You. Boom tilde whoosh tilde. After fusion, a grey ball was formed, which was directly submerged into Feng Haoran's body. Ah tilde. A roar came from Feng Haoran's mouth. The pain was too painful, just like removing bones to replace blood. However, his body is fused with the immortal godfiend body, and his aura is also rising. Buzz buzz. Supreme ninth layer of heaven and earth, then entered the extreme realm, and finally stopped at the realm of Great Emperor First Layer. Hey tilde. The divine light restrained and finally completed the fusion. Feng Haoran gasped and collapsed to the ground. Ha, 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 ha. The dog system and the fusion system are so painful, why didn't you tell me? Ding. Master, you have to endure hardships to become a master. Now you not only have an immortal body. Moreover, he was promoted to the great emperor realm, and even the thunder tribulation that promoted the emperor realm was blocked. Quote, the system was afraid that he would continue to blame it, so it solved the problem by promoting him to great emperor. After hearing this, Feng Haoran looked at his own cultivation level, and found that he was indeed the great emperor first layer. Although I know that the system is diverting the topic, at least it has not harmed me, and it has also saved me tens of thousands of years of practice. Thinking of this, he didn't care about it. Now that his appearance has returned to its original appearance, he slowly stood up and came to the side of the immortal phoenix blood and red blood holy sword. Ding! Congratulations to the master for obtaining the blood essence and blood of the ancient emperor's immortal divine phoenix. This item is useless to the master who has an immortal godfiend body. It is recommended that the owner leave this object to Co Yuning, who has the supreme heavenly phoenix body. If she fuses it, it will have unexpected effects. Quote, even if you don't tell me, I won't be able to use it. How can a phoenix with essence and blood be worthy of being integrated into my body? Dog system, I don't want my great emperor cultivation to be exposed, so please continue to help me maintain the supreme 9th layer realm. Quote, ding. Don't worry, master, there is a dog to help shield you. Even the heavenly emperor can't find it. After ending the communication with the system, Feng Haoran put away the blue phoenix blood essence and held the red blood holy sword in one hand. Buzz tilde. Choke tilde. The huge sword intent erupted instantly, as if he didn't want to be touched by Feng Haoran and wanted to break free. But now that it's in Feng Haoran's hands, how could it be so easy to escape? Suddenly, the great emperor's aura was revealed and he shouted coldly, I don't care who your previous master was. Now that it's in my hands, I am your current master. If you don't want to, I don't mind refining you. Buzz. The red blood holy sword has a spirit. It felt a power of fear from Feng Haoran's body and knew that he was not lying. It was extremely easy to fuse it with a heavenly emperor holy weapon, and then it dimmed to show submission. Just when the red blood holy sword surrendered, the secret realm collapsed crazily. Rumble. Feng Haoran held the red blood holy sword in his hand and made a hole in the void, and his figure disappeared into it. When it appears again, it will be the previous inheritance hall. Buzz tilde. Rumble. When Yukong and others saw their Emperor Monarch appear, they ignored the swaying hall and came to them happily. Emperor Monarch. Haoran. Feng Haoran felt very pleased when he saw everyone waiting here. After glancing at him, he found that Su Luoxuan was also here, which surprised him. After he nodded, he said to everyone, the secret realm is about to collapse, let's get out. Chapter 47 Want to subjugate the four evils. Luofeng mountain range, at this time. The barrier left by the Phoenix ancient emperor before his fall disappeared instantly, and the space kept shaking at this moment. Rumble. Shoo shoo shoo. In the void, dozens of figures appeared instantly. They were the people who came out of the secret realm. 100 people entered the secret realm, but now only half of them came out, and the rest perished in it. Shoo shoo shoo. Tiankui and Ying Yi came to Feng Haoran immediately. Young master, are you okay? Your Highness. Feng Haoran nodded and said with a smile. It's just a secret realm, how can it kill me? Roar tilde. However, at this moment, a terrifying beast roar came from the depths of the Luofeng mountain range, and everyone looked shocked. Not good. Now that the ancient Phoenix Emperor's barrier has disappeared, the four ferocious beasts are about to come out. Hurry, run. Rumor has it that the four evils have the cultivation level of the ancient emperor. Even though they have been suppressed for several epochs, they are still in the realm of the great emperor. What? The realm of the great emperor. Then what are you waiting for? In Yuzhou, except for the forces above the imperial dynasty, there are no strong people in the realm of the great emperor. Yes. Meteor Emperor County only has the power of the imperial dynasty, and no one can suppress such ferocious beasts. Run, run. ... The onlookers, the independent cultivator and the people from the dynasty who survived in the secret realm, fled the Luofeng mountains one by one in fear. Roar tilde. Ouch tilde. At this time, 2 more roars of ferocious beasts were heard, and Feng Haoran felt a little annoyed. Tiankui saw this and said to him, "Young master, the ferocious beasts are making such a noise, why not let me go and kill them?" Feng Haoran was about to agree, but he remembered the last words of the ancient Phoenix Emperor in the secret realm. It is said that the 4 evils are extremely talented and powerful, and are very likely to be promoted to Heavenly Emperor in the future. Immediately, his eyes fell on Feng Yukong and others. He had seen him sitting like beasts before, so. Then let's all go and have a look. It's just in time to change the mounts for Yukong and the others. Ah, Emperor Monarch, we can't face such a powerful beast right now. If someone else conquers it, I'm afraid it will devour its master in the future. Seeing that Emperor Monarch wanted to change their mounts, Feng Yukong and others were happy. Because Emperor Monarch still thinks about them, but he doesn't dare to accept them. After all, they are not strong enough to suppress the 4 ferocious beasts. No problem, leave everything to me. I guarantee that the 4 villains will be loyal to you. Seeing that Feng Haoran was so confident, the 4 of them said nothing more. Just when they were about to head into the depths, 2 divine children from the divine dynasty came to Xiao Yuning's side. Eldest sister, since the secret realm is over, let's go back first. We have to report this trip to Father God. If you. When Xiao Jushan said this, he glanced at Xiang Feng Haoran, and then continued. If you have time in the future, come back to Shenchao more often. Although Xiao Yuning was a little reluctant to give up, she still nodded and looked at the direction in which they stepped on the jade chariot. After they left, Su Luoxuan came to Feng Haoran. Thank you for your help during this trip to the secret realm. Luo Xuan will remember this kindness in her heart. After some time, Wanling Academy in Kang Realm will recruit disciples for this session. That is also one of the purposes of my trip. If you need my help, you can go to Wanling Academy to find me. Quote. In the secret realm, although he only took Su Luoxuan to break through the rhythm restriction of the valley. However, even if she is not here, Feng Haoran will still break through. But after passing the assessment ban, he encountered a vicious bird again, which was also killed by Feng Haoran. In addition, he took her all the way to the inheritance hall, if she were allowed to go alone. Maybe, she would crush the life-saving thing and escape from the secret realm, let alone get the heart of creation. Although she has always been arrogant, there is no need to bow down and thank her, but now she is alone in the 6 realms. And the identity of the other party is not weaker than hers, so it is best not to become a hostile party. Therefore, thanks to Feng Haoran, Su Luoxuan comes from the heart. Miss Luo Xuan, please don't take it to heart. Since it's okay, I'll leave. Feng Haoran said, released Bai Zai and jumped up. Roar tilde. Bai Zai roared and flew deep into the Luofeng mountain range. Feng Yukong and others hurriedly followed. When Tian Kui left, he glanced at Su Luoxuan meaningfully, and then left. After they left, Su Luoxuan suddenly thought of something. Oops, I forgot to ask him his name. Buzz tilde. At this time, the void behind Su Luoxuan suddenly distorted, and a middle-aged man's figure appeared. Goddess, although this son is not simple, with your noble status, there is no need to thank him. He cannot bear it. When Su Luoxuan heard this, her face instantly turned cold. Mingjun, how do I do this? Do you still need to teach me? Master Ming doesn't dare, please forgive me. When the middle-aged man saw that he was angry, he immediately knelt down to apologize. HMPH tilde his identity, to the universe, is no weaker than mine. When I went out, there were actually 2 ancient emperors following me, didn't you notice? If the goddess is willing, the 10 ancient emperors, God will also arrange it for you. That's enough. Su Luoxuan glanced at Ming Jun, who was kneeling on the ground, flicked her long sleeves and walked away. Deep in the Luofeng Mountains. The four evils were suppressed by the ancient Phoenix Emperor for countless years, and now they have finally fallen completely. They led a group of ferocious beasts and ran wildly through the dense forest, bumping into trees and climbing over mountains. The purpose is to be born as soon as possible, trample and devour the outside world, and vent the dissatisfaction in the heart. Rumble. Looking from a distance, I saw that the dense forest in the depths was constantly collapsing, and the rolling mountains were cracking and collapsing at a speed visible to the naked eye. Roar tilde. A beast roar came, and several figures appeared in the void. And below, the ferocious beasts counted in the tens of millions, led by the four ferocious beasts, suddenly stopped. Tao Ti looked fierce and terrifying, looking into the void with bloodthirsty eyes. Ha ha. You guys are quite sensible. You know that I and others have been suppressed for countless years, and yet you actually came to adore yourself. Very good, let you be my Tao Ti's first meal after waking up. Quote. Ouch tilde. Woo tilde woo tilde. After Tao Ti finished speaking, his wide mouth opened, and a strong suction force suddenly appeared. However, no matter how hard he sucked, the people in the void remained motionless. Feng Haoran looked at the four fierce men below who were as big as 4 mountains, but their appearance made him unsightly. The appearance of these 4 villains is indeed a bit ugly, but the winged Qiongqi looks mighty and domineering. Fortunately, he has good qualifications and good strength. As a mount, he can fight with his master. Quote. Ying Yi, are you sure you can suppress these 4 villains? When Ying heard the words, he immediately flew forward. Don't worry, Your Highness, these are just 4 ferocious beasts in the realm of the great emperor. Even though their strength is incredible, they are not worth mentioning in front of the ancient emperor. Ouch tilde. Tao Ti was furious when he saw that his 4 villains were discussed by other creatures as being used as mounts. You humble creatures, you are seeking death. How can we, the 4 villains, succumb to others? Kill them for me and devour them. Ouch tilde. The 4 villains roared in unison, and their huge bodies rose into the air and rushed towards Ying Yi. Chapter 48. The contracted holy pill is out. Deep in the Luofeng Mountains. In the void, Ying Yi watched the 4 murderers coming through the air. Such huge bodies shook the entire space. Rumble. Buzz tilde. As the ancient emperor, Ying Yi suddenly felt the huge power of killing order surge out from his body. In an instant, the entire void was covered by the aura of killing, which made the 4 ferocious beasts even more bloodthirsty. Ouch tilde. Ant, I'm going to eat you. Whoosh tilde. The 4 beasts turned into afterimages at the same time and rushed towards Ying Yi. When the latter saw this, he raised one hand high and led the killing order. Whoosh. In the blink of an eye, the killing order instantly transformed into 4 cages under Ying Yi's control. Buzz tilde. Whoosh. Bang bang. The 4 villains just rushed over, but were trapped in the cage. Not good. Tao Ti's scarlet eyes looked at the cage that was emitting a gleaming dark red light. Ouch tilde. A roar resounded throughout the world, and then he raised his sharp claws to tear it apart. Jingle. The cage formed by the killing order is harder than the cosmic black crystal, so how can they, the ferocious beasts of the emperor, be able to tear it open? The 4 violent murderers kept beating the cage with their sharp claws, but they didn't leave even a trace. Ouch tilde. Seeing that their claws were fruitless, they continued to grow in size, trying to use their bodies to break the cage. Buzzing. Within a few breaths, 4 huge fleshball-like beasts appeared in the void. They never imagined that the cage of order that trapped them would be so hard. Ouch tilde. Damn ants, if you have the ability, don't use such destructive tricks to fight me. Ying Yi held something like a long black thread in his hand, which was the chain of order connecting the 4 cages. He slowly walked towards the place where the 4 villains were trapped in the void. Every time it collapsed, the cage shrank several times. Buzz tilde buzz. Ha! Ant, what do you want to do? Seeing that the cage was shrinking, the 4 villains forcefully squeezed their bodies out of shape. In addition to the physical pain, their souls were also eroded by the killing cage. That kind of pain comes from the squeezing in the soul, like being cut with a knife or being whipped. Ouch! The pitiful roar shook the sky, and the tens of thousands of ferocious beasts below saw their king being tortured and raised their heads to the sky and roared. Ouch! Noisy! Tian Kui was worried that these beasts would disturb his young master while he watched the show, so he waved his sleeves. Whoosh whoosh. Countless ordering swords, like sword rain, penetrated the air, compressed the space, and rushed towards the tens of millions of beasts. Bang bang bang. Chi-chi-chi. Ho! Rumble. Suddenly, the scene was in chaos. Among the beasts, everyone died and fled, and the sky-shattering beast kept roaring. Ouch! Damn ants, if you let me go, I will swallow you. Ah! This was what Qiongqi said, but before he finished speaking, there was another whipping pain in his soul. Let you go. Humph! If His Highness hadn't wanted to live, don't say that you are only at the great emperor level now. Even if it were in the past, when you were not suppressed by that little phoenix, you would not be able to survive a move in my hands. Quote. Ying Yi came to the middle of the 4 cages. The 4 villains were now suppressed by the cages to the size of monkeys, and were held in his hands. Tao Ti's armpit eyes squinted at Ying Yi, feeling that this person was indeed not something they could compete with now. Who are you anyway? As soon as this question came out, even Feng Haoran, who was watching the show, pricked up his ears, wanting to see how he would answer. Ying Yi suddenly paused at this moment. The mask's eyes kept turning, but at this moment, a voice deep in his heart told him. You are just a dead soldier next to my son. I am just a dead soldier beside His Highness. As soon as he said these words, Tian Kui in the distance lowered his raised hand. Because of Ying Yi's previous pause, he thought he was out of his master's control. However, he was overthinking it. How could others break free from Feng Chanju's control? As long as he doesn't die, Ying Yi will never recover in his life, otherwise how dare he let him stay with his son? What? Such a powerful creature is just someone else's dead soldier. It's impossible. Tao Ti, Qiongqi and the 4 evils couldn't believe it. You know, they were also ancient emperors back then. But facing the ancient emperor with such power, they were unable to resist. Especially the killing power exuded by this person is even worse than them. Your words are too many. I will just ask. If the answer is not satisfactory, you know the consequences. I want you to become the mounts of those around His Highness. Are you willing? Ouch! You cannot let me become the mount of an ant. Ouch! Ouch! Before they finished speaking, the pain of knives was felt in their souls. Although their bodies were small now, their voices were shocking. 4 ferocious beasts were lying in the cage rolling around, roaring continuously. Ouch! Damn it, we are chaotic beasts, how can we be reduced to others' mounts? If you push me into a hurry, believe it or not, we will blow ourselves up right now. Quote. It seems. You are still too comfortable. As soon as Ying Yi finished speaking, his hand holding the chain of order suddenly tightened. Buzz. The 4 mini-shaped cages suddenly glowed with dark red light. Ouch! Woo! Roar! There was colic in the soul, causing them to roar. In the distance, Feng Yukong, Jing Zan, Xing Chen, and Ziyuan looked at Feng Haoran. Your Highness, please forget it. Such ferocious beasts will not surrender so easily. When Feng Haoran saw the 4 people's eyes on him, he also had the intention of giving up. After all, it is a ferocious beast. If you succumb now, there may not be any disadvantages in the future. Although they have great strength, if they are disobedient, it will be counterproductive. Shen Shen had deceived him, and just when Ying Yi was about to kill him, the system's voice sounded. Ding! The system detects that the owner cares about his subordinate's mount, and will reward him with 4 contract holy pills. This elixir only needs to be fused with a drop of the conqueror's essence and blood, if the 4 evil spirits take it. From then on, the master beast has the same mind, and will be loyal to its master in this life and will never betray. Quote. Ha ha. The system did a good job this time and did not embarrass me. Feng Haoran had previously vowed to reassure them that he would definitely help them suppress it. I almost got slapped in the face, but luckily the system showed up to help. Ding! A dog will never hold back its master, and always upholds the law that the master is supreme. Okay, you are the most loyal, hurry up and withdraw the contracted holy pill. Buzz tilde. Feng Haoran stretched out his hand, and 4 bloody holy pills appeared in his palm. Yukong, Jingjin, Xingchen, and Ziyuan, each of you 4 will take 1. Put a drop of essence and blood on it, and then feed it to your favorite beast to eat. Quote. Yes, Emperor Monarch. None of the 4 hesitated, each took 1, sprinkled it with essence and blood, and flew to the still rolling beast. Ying Yi looked towards Feng Haoran, and when he saw the latter nodding, he stopped beating the 4 murderers' souls. Ouch. The 4 evil spirits felt that their souls were no longer in pain, but their bodies were twitching, and each one of them grunted like a dead dog. Yukong and others took advantage of the opportunity to enter. We know how arrogant you are, but everyone in the world says that it is better to die than to live in vain. Moreover, as our mounts, you deserve nothing less. My clan is an existence that all living beings can look up to. My Highness is even more remarkable. He is a forbidden celestial body. It will be a matter of time before he grows up and breaks through this universe. I believe it won't take long. When the time comes, if you follow us and fight into the sky together, wouldn't it be better than dying? After hearing Yukong's words, the abused 4 murderers suddenly felt that there was some truth. What's more, among these creatures, there are also legendary physiques. When the time comes, their return to chaos will be just around the corner. The 4 evil men looked in the direction of Feng Haoran and saw Bai Zhe under him. He understood for a moment, then withdrew his gaze and spoke to the people around him in a weak voice. Okay, we are willing to surrender. Yukong, Jing Zan and others looked at each other and smiled, and handed over the pills in their hands. Eat it, it will repair the damage your souls suffered just now. The 4 evil men did not hesitate, opened their mouths and swallowed the contract pill. Buzz tilde. Suddenly, their bodies glowed with golden light, and finally evolved into a starburst needle. Buzz tilde who tilde. The starburst needle gradually shrank, and finally disappeared into their eyebrows. At this time, Yukong and others also knew what the 4 murderers were thinking. But now, they have no desire to rebel against their masters. Master tilde. The 4 villains prostrated themselves on the ground towards Yukong and others at the same time to show their sincere surrender. Okay, Senior Ying Yi. Ying Yi looked at Feng Haoran, and after seeing him nodding, he withdrew from the killing cage. Buzz tilde. Jing Zan was extremely excited at this time. He only had the cultivation level of the immortal Holy King, but the sitting beast was now the chaos of the great Emperor 8th layer. The same is true for Xingchen. He looked excitedly at the Tao Ti of the great Emperor 9th layer beside him. Yukong chose Qiongqi, who is also a member of the great Emperor 9th layer, and Ziyuan is Yaoju, who is also a member of the great Emperor 8th layer. The strength of the 4 people is not much different, and the strength of the 4 beasts is also not much different. Ha ha. Then everyone will be happy. Chapter 49 6 Domain Powers. Ha ha. Then everyone will be happy. Feng Haoran let out a long laugh, but Jiang Ruoxian looked puzzled. Haoran, what did you feed them? Why did the 4 evil spirits who were so ferocious just now become as docile as cats now? Nothing, just a contract holy pill. Contract holy pill. Why have I never heard of it? As a novice, how much do you know about elixirs? Jiang Ruoxian was puzzled. Xiaobai. He is also a divine child of the taboo tribe. What kind of elixir has he not heard of? However, having said that, the efficacy of this kind of holy elixir is indeed amazing, and then he couldn't help but look at Bai Zhe, who was sitting next to him. Let me tell you, how can you have the strength of Supreme? I think Bai Zhe was also subdued in this way, right? Facing Jiang Ruoxian's words, Feng Haoran did not explain, but just smiled and passed by. His silence made Jiang Ruoxian believe in his guess even more. By the way, Haoran, where are we going now? I don't want to go back to Fengshan Chaosheng Pavilion again, it's too scary. Jiang Ruoxian's words immediately stopped Feng Haoran. Indeed, before he came to Tianheng territory, it was for Yi Chen. Now, he has also witnessed the rise of Tianming, which is similar to what he saw in his previous life, but he was eventually destroyed by himself. But where should he go to find his destiny next? It would be really boring if he was allowed to lie in Fengshan Chaosheng Pavilion every day. Suddenly, he remembered what Su Luoxuan said about Wanling Academy in the novel of his previous life. Not all those destined by destiny like to enter some kind of spiritual academy or follow some spiritual or imperial path. Come to think of it, there should be the destined one you are looking for. Tiankui, please explain this Wanling Academy to me. Tiankui heard this and said with a smile, "Ha ha. Young master, now that you have officially embarked on your training journey, I will introduce you to the forces in the 6 domains. The 6 domains are divided into Kangeling Domain, Immortal Heaven Domain, Great Wilderness Domain, Heavenly Origin Domain, Tianheng Domain, and Emperor Origin Domain. In these 6 domains, apart from the 5 taboo clans, they are the dominant forces in the Huangshan universe. There are 9 in total. It is said that these races were born from evolution in the universe. The strength of each family can be regarded as monstrous. At that time, it can be said that it is the creature that controls the entire wild universe. It is precisely because of this that it is called the dominant force. However, with the change of eras, the change of times, and various conspiracies and calculations, many races and forces that defy the heavens have been created in troubled times. Some have extended to this day, and some have been left in the long history, but the 9 dominant forces still exist. However, today, their strength is no longer what it used to be, and they now live in the Emperor's source domain. And under the precipitation of these eras, many forces, families, and sects have come to the fore. Among them, those that can rival the Master's strength are the 1st courtyard, the 2nd pavilion, the 3rd hall, the 4th dynasty, the 5th palace, and the 6th sect. As for whether it can really be compared, this still needs to be studied. Because no dominant force will use all its resources to fight against other forces. However, the first academy mentioned just now refers to Wanling Academy, which is now located in Kangeling Domain. Although it is ranked among the ancient immortal forces that are on par with the dominant forces. But the strength of Wanling Academy has surpassed the 9 dominant forces on the surface, just because its dean has reached the ancient emperor realm. In addition, Wanling Academy teaches everyone without distinction. No matter what kind of creature they are, as long as they have a good root bone, they can join. As a result, powerful people appear frequently, and it is also a springboard for the rise of small forces. Next are the 2 pavilions, namely Xuanji Pavilion and Tongshan Pavilion. Xuanji Pavilion has a small number of disciples, but all of them are extremely powerful and have the ability to predict heavenly secrets, so they are said to have no omissions. It is rumored that their appearance is to wait for the birth of the destined person, assist their growth, and break through the wilderness. So far, they have never really been born, as if they are waiting for destiny to appear. The Tongshan Pavilion is a killer organization, and many strong people are recruited into the pavilion. I heard that as long as the price is affordable, even the ancient emperor can kill him. If you mess with them, it will be like being stuck with dog skin plaster. You will either be killed or the entire Tongshan Pavilion will be destroyed. There is no third possibility. Further down, there are 3 halls, namely the Emperor Yandan Hall, the Void Artifact Hall, and the Shenshao Formation Hall. Young master of these 3 halls, you can easily understand that they are the inheritance power of elixirs, weapons, and formations. Then came the 4 dynasties, which were the 4 great divine dynasties entrenched in Tianheng territory. The young master has learned a lot about the Yushan dynasty over the years, so his subordinates will not explain it one by one. As for the 5 palaces, they are the Ice God Palace, the Heavenly Sword Palace, the Divine Sword Palace, the Tianyang Palace, and the Flower God Palace. Their strength is about the same, and they are now in the immortal heaven realm. Finally, there are 6 sects, namely the Tianfo Holy Sect, the Piaomiao Holy Sect, the Wuji Holy Sect, the Jiuyou Holy Sect, the Xiaoyao Holy Sect, and the Yaoqi Holy Sect. These forces cannot be underestimated. Of course, if you offend the young master, be it a master or an immortal, you will only get a beating. During Tiankui's narration, Feng Haoran and his party also came to the exit of Luofeng mountain range. They have spent several months since coming to the secret realm to retrieve the treasure. After leaving the mountain range, Feng Haoran suddenly stopped. What's wrong with you, Your Highness? Everyone didn't know why he suddenly stopped and looked at him one after another. Since Wanling Academy has all kinds of teachings and is such a lively place, how can it be without me? Seeing that the young master had made a choice, Tian Kui smiled meaningfully. In his opinion, only Wanling Academy is the most valuable place for training. Feng Haoran's words aroused Jiang Ruoxian's agreement. For the latter, he really didn't want to go to Chaosheng Pavilion anymore, so he laughed happily. Ha ha. Haoran, you and I want to go together. This is the real experience. However, Yukong and others were in a bit of a dilemma. Emperor Monarch, if you enter Wanling Academy, we will not be able to follow you. Because the academy has a bone age limit. Only geniuses with a bone age of less than 100 can enter, and they are only allowed to bring one follower. Quote. Feng Haoran was about to speak, but Tian Kui's voice sounded. No problem, there are also Master's vassal forces in the Kang domain. You guys are outside and can help the young master understand the other forces. If the young master is in need and there is an inconvenience, you can take action at that time. Quote. After hearing this, several people felt that what Tian Kui said made sense. Feng Haoran nodded, thinking that this method was feasible. After all, having many people is not necessarily a good thing. Another thing is that he doesn't know what's going on inside. In his impression, those with destiny like to go out to look for opportunities, so it is convenient for Yukong and the others to keep an eye on them. Thinking of this, he felt determined and waved his sleeves. Go to the Kang realm. Chapter 50 Picking up the leaks. The Phoenix secret realm ended here, but all the dynasties knew about the heirs of the dynasty who died in the secret realm. At this time, in a grand palace in the Tianxing dynasty. A middle-aged man wearing a dark gold-rimmed imperial robe, he is the head of the Tianxing dynasty. He holds the broken soul card in his hand. This is his most talented prince, and now he has fallen. Heartbroken, he shouted outside the palace. Someone is coming. Ta ta, ta ta. At this time, a guard wearing silver armor walked in. Royal Lord. Send someone for me to find out who killed Huye. No tilde. Just as the guards were about to leave, a eunuch-like figure quickly ran in from outside the hall. Your Majesty. Your Majesty. Why are you so panicked? The man who looked like a eunuch held a crystal letter in his hand. Seeing that the emperor was furious, he knelt down and hurriedly explained. Your Majesty, this is sent by the third emperor's son of the Longxiang Emperor dynasty, and he asked you to see it in person. The third emperor's son, Long Shixiang. The emperor suppressed the anger in his heart, opened his big hand, and the letter in the eunuch's hand flew into his hand. When he used his mind to uncover it, a ray of divine light shot into the void, revealing a Taoist figure, who was none other than Long Shixiang. Master Tianxing Emperor, my son Long Shixiang, regarding the death of your son Xinghui. I hope you will not conduct a thorough investigation, because the person who killed him is not someone you can offend. Not to mention your dynasty, even my emperor's dynasty and even the divine dynasty may not be able to shake it. Therefore, in order for your Tianxing clan to continue to exist forever, let this matter end here. Having said this, his shadow disappeared, while Lord Tianxing collapsed on the throne with a depressed look. Huye, what kind of power have you provoked? Even the divine dynasty can't shake it. How can you ask your father to revenge you? He did not think that Long Shixiang was lying to him. With his status, there was no need to fabricate lies for the death of an heir of the dynasty. Therefore, the current Emperor Tianxing is heartbroken and regretful. If he had known this was the case, he should not have let him go in the first place. However, all this is already too late, except for Tianxing. It also happened in the Holy Martial Sovereign dynasty, but the Emperor Yi Shengwu did not send anyone to investigate, but went to the Yushan divine dynasty in person. As for what the result will be, it depends on how Xiao Yunting will explain it. Therefore, the fate of the Holy Martial Sovereign dynasty is really unknown. In the Emperor Origin territory, it is forbidden to seal the imperial palace of the clan. ever since Feng Chanjue learned that his son could improve his cultivation level without practicing. In the past few years, he has been searching the ancient books of the Feng clan. But he has not found any record of the forbidden celestial body being able to be promoted to the immortal Saint King in a short period of time. Later, when his son returned to his ancestral home and awakened his bloodline, he found that there was nothing abnormal about him, so he no longer struggled with it. Now, as usual, he watched the elders of the clan submit information about the vassal forces. At this time, Buzz tilde. The space distorted for no reason, and a man wrapped in black armor appeared, but the aura on his body was extremely terrifying. Master, the young master has entered the Kangaling realm. O tilde. Feng Chanjue raised his head with interest and dropped the book in his hand on the table in front of him. That's right, Wanling Academy will start new recruitment in the near future, but he's a person who is close to the great emperor realm. What is he doing there? His words seemed to be asking himself, and also seemed to be asking the man in black armor. Master, I heard from Tiankui that the young master recently killed a destined person with the soul of the ancient emperor. Do you think he went to Wanling Academy to look for such people? After all, there are many ethnic groups there, and it is inevitable for people like this to appear. Quote. The words of the man in black armor made Feng Chanjue think for a moment, and then he spoke. The ancestors said that he is a body that is tabooed by heaven, a being that even the heavens fear. Presumably, he was born to be sensitive to the destined ones, and wanted to get rid of them quickly. However, he was judged to be the destined person by the now incomplete Great Tao's will. I think my luck is much worse than normal. Please inform them and let the forces in Kangaling domain cooperate with Emperor Monarch. If there is a destined person, there is no need for his family to exist, and the root must be eradicated. Quote. Yes, Master. But, Master, is the family named Yi Chen that the young master killed before going to be destroyed? When the man in black armor heard the words behind Feng Chanjue, he thought of Yi Chen and asked him for instructions. The hall became a little quieter, and then Feng Chanju's cold voice came. Let Disha go and make a trip. Remember, no one will be left alive. Yes, Master. This is the power of being in a high position and having sole control over all spirits. With just one sentence, one can judge the life and death of hundreds of millions of people. They were still rushing to prepare for the death of their heirs, but they never thought that the danger of annihilation had already arrived. Kangaling realm is a special place that no other ancient and immortal forces divide and control. The so-called 10,000 spirits guarding territory refers to the Kangaling territory, and its meaning has two levels. First, as the ancient and immortal Wanling Academy, it can guard this domain by itself. The second reason is that the Academy accepts all spirits, which can also be called the theory that all spirits protect the blue spirits. Now, it is the time for Wanling Academy to recruit new students. In addition to the Kangaling domain, there are many large and small forces coming here from the other 6 domains. In a Wanling Academy that covers an area of hundreds of thousands of hectares and has extremely splendid buildings. At this time, whether it is on the ground or on the small roads, or in the vast and endless void, countless people riding jade chariots, riding beasts, walking, or flying in the sky were all heading towards the Academy in an endless stream. The Great Tao, which leads directly to the Academy, is lined with various vendors on both sides. Oh tilde, don't miss it if you pass by. Come take a look at the Tianling pill. It can improve your qualifications. With this pill, you will definitely be admitted to the hospital. Take a look at the method of awakening the holy body. With this method, the divine body becomes the holy body. Those who come from the south or the north, those who come from Hegang in Jiamusi, those who are lagging behind on their mounts, all come and have a look. 1 cup of this exquisite wine will make you feel good, and 2 cups will make you holy. Divine weapon and sacred weapons are on sale. Come and take a look. On both sides of the road, the sound of hawking continued, attracting many young geniuses to look around curiously. At this time, a young man was driving a 9-headed divine lion. His head was covered with black hair and tied up in a ponytail, with a silver crown and feathers fixed on his head. There were 2 bunches falling vertically from his forehead, revealing a handsome face. Illustrated by Yi Tianhao. When he came to a weapons vendor, he felt that the rusty sword lying under the corner of the table was extraordinary. What does this young master need? Just take a look. When the seller saw a business coming to his door, he asked about it, but the young man was afraid that it would be seen what he wanted. Because when you spend money at this kind of stall, if it is seen that you want something, you will be charged a lot of money. Immediately, he stopped his eyes on a small tripod. When he reached out and picked it up, the seller began to boast. "Oh, young master, you have good eyesight. This is the Taihuang cauldron refined by the elders of the Void Artifact Hall. This is a high-grade sacred weapon. You can use it to refine anything and achieve success." The young man looked at the tripod in his hand, put it back, and then let out a sneer. "Ha, boss, although I am young, I still have certain attainments in weapon refining, not to mention whether I am a high grade or not. I'm afraid your cauldron hasn't even reached the low-grade level, and will be an inferior holy weapon even if it lasts to death. As for the efficacy, it should not be as good as the top-grade divine weapon. That is to say, I am curious and want to take it back to study it, so you can give me a price and I will take it if it suits you." The stall owner who was discovered showed an embarrassed expression. He, young master has good taste. If you like it, then I will give you 3,000 top-quality sacred stones. What do you think? 3,000 top-quality sacred stones? Ha! You dare to say that, but I have a hobby, that is, I like to study various weapon refining techniques. However, your price is really high, and I can't get over it. He showed a troubled look, and then glanced at the rusty sword at the foot of the table, deliberately showing an expression that he was willing to suffer a loss. "Boss, if not, please let me balance my mind. I have paid for these 3,000 top-quality sacred stones, but how about you give me the beautiful sword at the foot of the table?"
Thank you for watching. Continue exploring the fascinating world of Chinese novels with us. Hit that subscribe button on Chinese Novel Audiowave to stay updated with our latest stories and never miss out on a great listen.